Well, no, he's not an idiot. We're idiots. We're gonna do a mock draft as a final thing, Nick. So there's only one rule at the mock draft. There's no trades. You can't trade out of it. You can say you're gonna trade out of it, but you can't actually do that. I don't know if you guys have that in front of you. It's
Yep.
gonna go Bobby, me, Nick, and then the three of us are just gonna keep going, and then we'll post it. I think it's something fun. Um, and then we'll get you out of here, Nick, and enjoy your Saturday. I know you're going to the Knicks game today, or is that tomorrow?
Yeah, we won the next game tonight.
Oh, nice.
Knicks
It's
Fever.
Knicks fever. I gotta
These
wait.
last two, give me 30 seconds. How far the Knicks go?
We beat the Pistons. We lose to the Celtics in five.
I agree.
That's
Can't
depressing.
beat a good team.
No, that's we do. We can't beat the best team.
Yeah.
We can beat good teams. We can't beat the best teams,
You
and
think
that's
if they
okay.
played the Cavs in the second round instead of the Celtics, they advance
No,
past the Cavs? Yeah.
yeah,
No, Cavs are good. No one
Cavs
shot.
are good. Cavs are good.
Cavs are good. All right. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun.
All right. I think I'm happy I get to start off. I didn't have to do anything for this. Titans, first overall, Cam Ward.
Okay.
They can't do Will Levis again. That's over.
No,
It's
They didn't sign a
over.
free agent. Cam Ward's the best quarterback on the board.
that
He's
easy.
gone.
Plays in and out of the pocket. Will it work out in Tennessee? I have no clue, but
No clue.
well, the
Probably
Titans,
not.
the
Cam
Titans have the
Ward.
best wide receivers and running backs in the league,
Yeah, that
according to
was
Cam
funny.
Ward, who's
That
playing
was
now. NFL scouts and NFL GMs and NFL beat writers are now having to watch him play Fortnite
stream Fortnite.
Yeah.
to get information out of him.
Yep. Yeah.
He's
Tony Pollard, best running back in the league.
Yeah,
Traylon Kirks, top
Traylon
five running.
Burks, top five.
so I think the Browns should take Abdul Carter, but because they just kept Miles Garrett, I think they're stupid enough, and I think they will get Travis Hunter, number two overall, because they're idiots.
Supposedly he's this. They say he's the best prospect ever. I don't see it.
He
I
doesn't. I talked to
don't.
my football coach who coached at Georgia Tech, and he was like, "Dude, his technique is terrible. His work is terrible. Like he's just an athlete versus these pretty pedestrian Pac-12 players. Like
That's what I'm saying. If you look through, yeah, like I don't know. We'll see. I think Jalen Milroe in Colorado would have put up numbers. Like I think again, like Travis Hunter at Oregon. My bad. Jeremiah Smith in that or Colorado team. What's his numbers? Like
who knows? All right,
who
Nick,
knows?
number three
Abdul.
overall pick. You have the New
I,
York Giants pick. You're the GM.
I don't think they can pass up on Abdul Carter. I think they stick with the same logic they had last year, where they're going to take the blue chip player over the B grade quarterback. I think if the Giants were drafting fourth, they would be taking Shedeur Sanders. That's what I think. Like if there wasn't Abdul Carter right there, they probably go Sanders. But because they can get him, they go Sanders.
They go Carter.
They go Carter. They go Carter.
Bobby, fourth overall pick. You're the Patriots.
All right. Patriots have a few options here. Their offensive line is really bad. They need a weapon outside pretty badly, and their defensive line is atrocious. I'm gonna go with Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Whoa, that's a wrinkle. I thought the Giants could go Mason Graham too. He's really good.
He's
Uh,
really good. I'm just typing in our responses. All right, I have the Jags, which what do they do?
Well, now they don't have. Yeah, that's a twist.
yeah,
They're
I was between him and Will Campbell. I think that's what a lot of people have them projected for. Give them a
I
defensive player. I don't
I
know.
kind of like how they go. Kind of like that though, Bobby. They get Mason Graham, they get the best player on the board,
yeah.
and in the second round they can go. They can get the O line in the second round.
Yeah. And
I
then third round, you go wide receiver.
Yeah,
I
and then they go
think
receiver.
I think the Jaguars just have to get out of what they're doing. I'm going to do what I'm going to do for the rest of this draft. I'm going to do what I would do. So if I'm the Jaguars, I'm going to go get myself a badass tight end. I'm going to take Tyler Warren. That's what I'm doing. They,
Whoa,
they don't have any. Who's Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball to?
if they don't not very. Yeah, that's
I
not a bad
legitimately
pick.
don't know who. Well, they have that Brian Thomas kid.
Hey, Brian
So
He's a
Thomas.
they
beast.
have Brian Thomas. They had another weapon to that offense, and Trevor
And they
Lawrence.
lost it, and they lost Evan Ingram. So
I would think they go get tight end. I might have ruined Nick your pick, but that's what I'm doing.
no, they're getting Raiders are getting Ashton Jeanty.
Damn.
I like it. They need a wide running back desperately, so
They need it,
makes
and
total
Pete
sense.
Carroll and Pete Carroll loves running backs. He drafts them in the first round. And dude, people the way they talk about Jeanty, I mean, he might be really fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those things where, oh, he was so good. Of course. How do you not see that? And or it's gonna be, well, he played for Boise State. What are you, an idiot?
Yeah,
Like,
what an idiot. But he had the second most yards in NCAA history. So it's like,
I mean, Barry Sanders.
what would one of these running backs do at Buffalo? Dude, they would do that. They would do 2,600 rushing yards. Like,
Like a Khalil Mack situation.
yeah,
He was up in Buffalo, but just
but he dominated enough to where it's like, okay, yeah.
uh dun, 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 dun. The New York
Jets are on the
Jets
board.
are on the board. Bobby Barr. What are the Jets doing?
All right, so we talked about this already a little bit. Wouldn't hate to see them trade back if Shedeur Sanders is still there. So I wouldn't hate to see them trade back if someone wanted to leap up. No trades. I'm going to be taking Armand Membou, offensive tackle,
Okay.
Mizzou.
Mizzou.
Memboy. I have all these names right in front of me because I can't spell to begin with. All right, you get an O tackle. Take
Offensive tackle. Build that wall for
build
the
the ball.
millionth year in a row.
Okay. The Panthers. I'm getting all these terrible franchises. What are the Panthers doing? Once again, no trades. I think the Panthers would trade this pick because some idiot's going to try to get Sanders. But with no trades, I think the Panthers. I had to get that out of my brain. What would I do? I'm going to get that absolute monster of a corner from Michigan. I'm getting Will Johnson.
Mm.
That's what I'm doing. I watched him versus all those Ohio State. The reason why Michigan beat Ohio State the past 2 years was their corners were able to actually guard these Ohio State wide receivers.
That'd be interesting. Will Johnson and JC Horn. It's a good
Yeah.
little pairing.
And it's just they're not no one's and yeah, I love a top end corner. I love a physical big corner. He's an All American. That's what I would have done. All right, Nick Saints.
Uh, I think they have to get Shedeur Sanders. He's there. They don't have to trade up. New era in New Orleans.
I agree. That would be a dream for them if Shedeur Sanders.
That's their dream. They just fell to them at 9. Oh my goodness. Without having to trade up.
Sanders will probably go too.
Yeah,
He'll
the
probably
way
go too.
we'd probably go to. Off for not.
Bobby, the Bears,
The Bears.
Bears.
the Bears.
The
Okay.
Bears.
A couple different ways I could see this going. Running back, Omarion Hampton's still on the board. Not going to go there. I'm going to be taking Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU. I think they need to
That
protect,
what a dream that would be for the Bears. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
they need to protect Williams. He can't be scrambling every single play, getting hit every single play. I think it's kind of almost a layup they take offensive tackle there.
I
And
mean,
Campbell can play everywhere too. So you're just good. You're good there. You can play anywhere you need him this year.
Yep.
Take over right or left tackle next year.
I'm just filling in this chart.
I had the 49ers.
No, I have the 49ers.
Oh,
You have the
yeah.
Cowboys, you have the Cowboys next. The 49ers, they are pretty beat up. Basically, they had their window. They have to pay their quarterback now. But I mean, is McCaffrey playing?
Yeah.
He's healthy.
Who knows?
What would I do? Well, I know what I would do. I'd go get that Alabama linebacker and plug him in that 49ers defense with Nick Bosa. So I'm going to pick Jihadd Campbell.
That's some Jalen Walker.
I'm sorry.
Jalen Walker's falling right now.
Jalen Walker.
It's a Georgia linebacker.
You mean Makai Williams?
No, Jalen
Oh,
Walker.
Jalen Walker. Then I would do that. If he's that higher ranked, I mean, who's better? Who's a better linebacker?
They're weird. They're both like the same player. It's very weird.
Then I just
Jalen's more of like an edge type though, right? Like he'll play more on the outside.
I think
Jahadd
he's
more
more
of a middle
edge.
linebacker.
Yeah.
then I would stick with my Alabama pick. I think they need a linebacker. The 49ers always have great linebackers. Um,
Uh,
so I'm gonna go Jihad.
Gerard Campbell at 11. Okay. Cowboys, I think they go receiver. I think they pair up CeeDee Lamb with Matthew Golden, receiver Texas.
No Ted, huh? They skip over Ted for him.
I think Tet's fallen, dude. I
Okay.
really do.
Matthew.
But
The Cowboys are so bad. We didn't even. You know what I like about this podcast? We didn't even talk about them. They are just
I have no
such a
interest. They're
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
They're
Fuck
such a
Cat.
bad organization.
They went all in last year and they got what offensive tackle or something like that.
They're so
Yeah, we're going all in. We're not doing anything.
nothing. All right, Miami Dolphins, the most media. I mean, honestly, I wish we could force Tua to retire. His mind's gonna die any moment.
Yeah.
We can't force that. So, Bobby Barr, what do the Miami Dolphins do?
Couple different ways. I could see them going here. They gotta sear up their defense. They gotta protect Tua also. I think they're gonna trade Jalen Ramsey probably during the draft, maybe right before the draft. So I think they're gonna replace him with a cornerback. I'm gonna go with Jahdae Barron, Texas cornerback.
Okay.
Yeah. I can
Cole,
see that.
some of the problems with these franchises is like, what is happening? Like, what is happening with the Colts right now? Do they have a quarterback? Do they
Daniel Jones.
damn chance. And then the other kid, is he
I don't know.
who's a running quarterback?
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Is he playing?
He sucks. I don't think they're gonna do anything with him.
So I don't know what they're doing.
This is the quarterback spot.
I'm thinking,
Uh,
but why would they draft Dart? You know, like
everyone says it's a tight. They're drafting a tight end. That's like just a consensus. It's they're getting tight
the
end.
tight end from Michigan, Colston, Loveland.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do that just because the
I
Colts.
mean,
I don't think there's a.
I don't know what else I don't even know what. Like that's my thing. At the Colts is like I guess I'll just give them the fucking tight end. Like that's gonna change anything. Fucking losers.
No, they're such losers. Well, let's do
They're
the.
such.
Well, what are the Falcons doing, Nick?
So what did the Falcons need coming into this offseason? They needed edge rushers, right? So they got Leonard Floyd. They released their Pro Bowl D tackle, though. Why did they release their Pro Bowl D tackle? To save some money, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah.
So instead of keeping the D tackle and drafting an edge in a strong edge class, they replaced their D tackle with Walter Nolen.
Okay. What school?
Ole Miss. I think Walter Nolen's awesome.
He's not even in the.
Um,
Let me see. I have to go to page 2.
Number 26 on ESPN's.
Okay.
that's what's funny because like you do these rankings. So, like ESPN has him like what 26, and PFF has him at I think he was like ranked 11. These rankings are crazy, but
No,
he's
it's all
I
over.
think Walter Nolen will be top 20. I think he goes to the Falcons. He makes sense there.
Okay. Cardinals, Bobby Barr.
I think he's fallen long enough. Cardinals need defense. I feel like they always need some defense. Jalen Walker, Georgia linebacker.
Yep.
That's a steal too. I think if they
That's
get
a steal. Yeah, that would be a
16.
steal for them.
That probably won't even happen. We're probably fucking this up.
Yeah, he probably will go a little earlier, but that's why it's a mock. It's fun.
Yep.
It's fun.
Uh,
Someone has to fall, right? Someone has to fall.
Yeah.
Someone had to do it. I'm the chosen one.
I'm the chosen man.
Chosen one. Someone had to do it. The Bengals. I mean, I don't even know how they're affording anything with paying all these receivers and
I
quarterbacks,
don't.
but they clearly need defense. Did we take Malik Williams yet? The edge.
You going with Mykel Williams?
Mykel Williams,
Okay, Williams. Did we take them yet?
he's still
No.
available.
All right. I'm taking. I mean, they should, right? They should take an edge because
They should take an edge and pick whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of there's 6 edges right here. Mike Green, Donovan Ezekiel, James Pierce, Nick Scout, and Shamir Stewart, Mykel Williams. Those are all probably first round picks. I don't know how they go.
Yeah.
No one knows how they're gonna go. So it's like
All right, Seahawks. Who's your quarterback right now? They just signed someone.
what do you call it? Sam Darnold.
Arnold. Sam Darnold.
Like I was saying it earlier in the podcast, I think they are going to go O-line. I think they're thinking about Kelvin Banks. They're thinking about Josh Simmons. I think they go Greg Zabel, and they can run him. He probably be their starting guard to start the season.
What school?
North Dakota State.
Oh, there he is. All
Greg
right.
Zabel.
Yep.
Okay. That brings us to the Bucks. Already talked about them a little bit. He's still on our board. I think they gotta go safety, pair him with Antoine Winfield. They're gonna be taking Nick Emmanwori, safety, South Carolina.
Carolina.
South Carolina.
Carolina.
All right. Safety. I got the Broncos pick. I'm gonna go with Hot Alex. He wants that running back from North Carolina. I'm gonna go.
Oh, Marion.
Still there.
Yep, that's what he told me they should be doing, and so I'm gonna be following what true Broncos fans have told me to do. Running back, North Carolina. Steelers, Nick.
Steelers, I think they are taking Jalen Milroe. I don't think it's a good pick. I wouldn't do it myself, but I think he fits Arthur Smith. I think Arthur Smith wanted Justin Fields. He didn't want to start Russell Wilson last year. Like that was a known thing. I think they take the running quarterback and they go Jalen Milroe at 21.
That'd be crazy. Chargers, Bob.
Couple different ways here. I think their wide receiver room could really use some help. I have Ted McMillan circled. It's not the Harbaugh way though to go wide receiver in the first round. I'm gonna get them Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle from Texas.
It's a nice little pick. That's a good pick.
You think he'd go tackle? He already has 2 tackles.
Yeah, move him to guard maybe. I don't know. I just can't see them taking. I mean, maybe they draft an edge too. I just
I
can't.
think right there, I think they would love to get Kenneth Grant, the Michigan D tackle, the nose tackle.
Okay.
Harbaugh will get his guy back. Well, no, I'm just saying I think that's where he could go.
Yeah.
They could go the tackle too. I just think that'd be fun if he got his Michigan D tackle, just fucking ginormous man, and just throw him in the interior.
They did lose. They did lose Bosa too, so James Pierce from Tennessee is also an option I could see.
But Bob, which one are you going with so I could write it down?
Let's go James Pierce, edge rusher. Actually, fuck the tackle.
Fuck the tackle.
James Pierce. What school is that? Tennessee.
Tennessee.
James Pierce.
Tennessee.
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 We have some Tennessee talk later, or actually earlier in the podcast, I think, Mike, with the good old Nico Yamaleva.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that. Packers. You know, it's funny. As we go down further, we're getting into actually good franchises. Packers offense, I think, is pretty good. Why not just? I mean, I'm always a big person on just taking defensive linemen. I'm going to take Derek Hamrun from Oregon.
Good pick. Derek Harmon. Where is he?
He's number 23.
Yeah.
Big board. All right.
Back to me.
Yep.
The Vikings come up. The Vikings would love to trade out of this spot. They really want picks, but they're here. They're probably looking defensive back, or defense interior. I think they'd get Kenneth Grant to tackle Michigan.
What number is that, Bob? Right there. I see it. Number 35.
35.
I just don't think you can go wrong getting a big boy ever. I know in the high school world right now, a defensive tackle, offensive linemen are more. They're so much valuable than a receiver right now. It's just
Just what wins like that.
need linemen. You need
That
the
D tackle is
linemen.
not going to hurt you. He's just going to be there. He's going to stop the run. He's going to help.
Plug
What
him in.
about Texans?
Texans. Okay, this is for sure gonna be a slam dunk offensive lineman. Few different directions. Josh Connerly from Oregon was one of them. I think they're gonna go with a guard. I'm gonna take Tyler Booker from Alabama.
Nice.
Okay. Rams. Rams are difficult because are they all in on this year with Stafford, or are they looking more for the future? If they were looking for the future, I think they take Dart and they sit him for a year or two. But the Rams just don't do that. The Rams are weird. Um, they just lost. Uh, they just lost Cooper Cup. So I'm gonna go receiver from Ohio State, Emike. I can't pronounce it. Egbuka.
Buka more.
Still no Ted, huh? He's gonna be sitting there in the draft room waiting. That's gonna be the shot we get of Ted McMillan just seeing what
Yeah,
he's doing.
just sitting there, dude, and
There's
he's
always
sitting
one
there.
guy.
And am I up, right?
You're up with the
And
Ravens.
he's sitting there for another pick. I think the uh mm, so I'm sitting here. If I'm the Ravens, this is like a dream situation. Uh, did you have Mike Green sitting here, who should have, Mike Green's a top, probably is regarded as like the second or
Allison's here.
third best.
Allison, do you want to come on the podcast? She does not.
I
Sorry.
feel like I think they would love Mike Green. Mike Green led the NCAA in sacks last year at 17. He's probably the best edge rusher. With like pure edge rusher, he's probably the best of this class and definitely the most polished.
Who is this?
Mike Green,
What
um,
school?
Marshall,
Okay.
but but I think they're gonna sit back. They're not gonna get Mike Green. They're gonna get Malaki Starks. He's too good to pass up there. He's a great football player,
What school?
top ranked Georgia. He was a true freshman starter for Georgia when they won. He was an all SEC. He's a really good safety. Pair him up next to Kyle Hamilton, and it's going to really help do wonders for that defense.
Bob, where is he ranked?
39.
Got it. Oh, I can't spell any of these. Okay.
We got the Lions coming up next.
Yep.
Think they're going to address their defense. They already got DJ Reed in the offseason. I think they're going to keep building on it. And I'm going to go with who you just mentioned there, Nick. And they're going to take Mike Green, edge rusher out of Marshall.
They'd be so fired up. It'd be such a bullshit like Lions pick that they got him.
Yeah.
And he
Him
could
opposite
fall.
Hutchinson would be awesome too.
Be awesome.
I think the Commanders need help at corner. And there's a cornerback from last year who went to Notre Dame, Benjamin Morrison. He's a monster to cover all these receivers. So I'm just gonna go with the corner, Benjamin Morrison, Notre Dame.
Bills come up. I think they're pretty excited right now. I think the Bills get up and they need an edge. They want pass rushers. I think they get Boston College, Donovan Ezekuraku.
These names. Bob, where is he ranked?
24.
Okay. Oh man. It's an edge. It sounds good. Done.
He's good. He's one of those guys you like, oh, who's that guy? And then like in 2 years, he's like, oh, that guy's pretty good. He's like 8 sacks. Oh, Jesus.
All right, Bobby Barr, the Chiefs, and the Nick. You're gonna finish off with the Eagles.
Chiefs always have kind of a fun draft. I feel like they always do something. They always do something good. I don't know why. They always have like a late pick in the first round, and it always ends up being someone pretty decent. I think they're gonna address running back here. Give me Travion Henderson out of Ohio State.
That would be a shocker. I like it though.
They do something, a little crazy
Yeah,
sometimes.
like they're not. Yeah, they like. You know what? We're gonna get the running back.
Yeah, kind of
Uh,
like with Pacheco.
Eagles, Nick, last pick of the draft.
um, last pick. The Eagles stay better than us. They get Shamir Stewart, the athletic freak from Texas A&M, edge rusher.
What number is he?
20.
Oh God. Yeah. Why not?
So Ted
Yeah,
McMillan's not a first round pick.
that would be crazy. We have a couple shockers. I actually kind of like it's kind of a good mock because like Benjamin Morrison. Maybe it's not him, but it could be like a corner there. Like these, yeah, some of these guys, even Josh Simmons and Calvin Banks kind of falling. Those fall out of the first round with Ted McMillan. If you're the Giants right now and you don't want to draft a quarterback in the second round, and you can get Calvin Banks, holy shit! Start if you're your right tackle.
Yeah.
We only have 2 quarterbacks going in the first round, too. I don't know so much about that. I feel like someone's going to scramble for Dart towards the end of the first,
They
but
will. They will.
Or it's just like one of those years where they don't, like where Will Levis falls to the second round.
no. Also, strange. Every team has their own first round pick this year. Just a little
Every
side
team.
note. Rare you see that happen where there's not a single first round trade to a different team.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Nick, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
NFL draft expert, Nick Leone.